Palm Sunday tells us to not just be people of preparation, but also to be people of anticipation. The key to recognizing Jesus in the moments of the ordinary and the routine in our life is to expect to see Jesus in the boring, mundane, and the routine. To expect Jesus to not simply show up in grandeur and in power and in might, but in the invisible and the unseen and the easily forgotten. Because we are invited to be disciples who anticipate seeing Jesus' presence anywhere, within any other person, on the lips or on the tongue of someone who would speak to us, someone that we would pass. Because the scriptures tell us the Spirit of Christ saturates this world, is in all places, at all times, everywhere. If we would look, we might see Jesus in our enemy, in our family, in the person walking down the street with downcast spirit. Are we people, are we disciples who expect that at any moment we can have a holy encounter with the presence and the power of Christ? As we see the scriptures, as we read the scriptures in this lesson of Palm Sunday this morning, we see not only that we are called to be like the disciples and prepare to see Jesus, to anticipate Jesus' presence in our midst, but that we are also called to be people who realize with and in celebration those moments when Jesus appears. To be people who recognize and pause and acknowledge significant spiritual moments in our life when Jesus becomes present. To not take for granted answered prayers. To not take for granted communion with Christ's Spirit strengthening us in our places of weakness, or healing us in our places of brokenness, or just taking a moment in our life to recognize blessing and privilege and joy that we experience in any given moment. To recognize and to see that there are holy moments around us. And the one thing that would distinguish a holy moment from an ordinary moment is our recognition and our realization that Jesus is in it. To pause and to name it for the blessing that it is.